Hey, you guys watching the Turning Stone Classic tournament? It's on Facebook Live for free. So if you're big into pool, you shouldn't be missing this tournament. Big dogs, big top name pros include Thorsten Hallman, Billy Thorpe, Carl Strickland, Johnny Archer, Shane Van Boning, Jason Shaw, Mika Eminem, and I think that's pretty much it for real big names, unless you want to include Hunter Lombardo, which I don't think, there's a whole slew of guys that aren't like on this big top level, but are quite capable of winning this tournament, just by hitting a gear and cutting off some steam and going for it. And that includes Sean Welke, Jeremy Thosi, Frankie Hernandez, Hunter Lombardo again, and Jennifer Beretta, voted #1 pool instructor in the United States of this here America. Yeah, I like Jennifer. Second round, there was a big controversy argument. Who was it? Johnny Archer and Shane Van Boning drew each other, and a lot of people tuning in for this match, and this is like a marquee match up here. And Shane was winning 6-3 in a race to 9, and called a foul on Johnny, saying Johnny touched the ball as he was getting down to shoot another ball. And Johnny didn't like the call. Shane called that from Johnny, and Johnny didn't like the call. And then things got a little bit weird, and a little bit, not a drag out violent argument, but Shane did put his hands on Johnny, and I think it kind of crossed the line and pissed Johnny off, and kind of, he wasn't digging it, and he conceded the whole match. He just walked off and said, fuck it. I'm sure you'll hear about it if you haven't heard about it yet. But it brings up this whole issue of this tournament here is all ball fouls, which means, see, in the old days, a player could accidentally touch a ball while he was getting down on a shot, or hit another ball with his hand or his cue as he was shooting, and it became up to the opponent to either leave that ball alone or put it back to where he or she thought it was. Which was kind of really ridiculous. And it just made it too easy for some players to kind of cheat and take advantage of sportsmanship and the whole this is a gentleman's game. Let's do the right thing kind of thing. But the right thing isn't always the right thing. It just depends on how you see. And I saw Cliff Jordan foul 3 times in a row as he was getting down on a ball and accidentally move a ball. And then I think he was playing Tony Moget, who, okay, I'll put the ball back, so get down on it again. And then Cliff hit it again. It's just like, okay. And, Tony puts it back again. And then a third time. And I think this is while he was in the process of shooting another ball. He hit the same ball and moved it again before Tony finally called a ref and got pissed off. I think, pool is the only sport in the world where you can get away with fouling 3 times without it being called on you. So this tournament is all ball fouls. You touch a ball, you move a ball, it's a foul. whether it's before the shot or during the shot or after the shot. But the problem with that is it's up to your opponent to call a foul on you, and it might not be a foul. He just thinks it's a foul, or he or she is cheating. So with no ref watching every single match, and without 10 cameras, even if the cameras are pointed on the table, you can cover the ball that you're fouling on from the cameras ever seen it, and that's what happened in this match. And I shouldn't go off on this. I'm not trying to spread rumors. I'm trying to bring up a subject that needs to be addressed in the world of home billiards. Anyhow, I think we should move along with this game here and get on with this home billiards video type. Roll it. Alright, there's a few issues going on here. Later on in this rack, I think it starts at the 5 ball, a bit of a train wreck begins. And if you never heard that term associated with pull, it's getting out of line on a ball, and so you use that ball to try to get back in line on the following ball, but you wind up further out of line. And now you have to cut the cue ball loose to try to get back in line, and you wind up even further out of line. So a train wreck starts on the 5, the 6, the 7, all the way up until I believe the 9 ball. But as for the first half of this rack, we have a long straight-in shot on the 1 ball. What makes this shot a little bit tricky is we have to roll up a couple inches on the 2 ball in order to get the right shape to get natural angle back on the 3 ball to get to the 4 ball. So if you didn't quite keep up with that, I'll try to explain it as we go along here. You don't want to just shoot a stop shot here on the 2 because it's going to leave you straight in. And you're going to have to draw back on the 3, and you're going to come up too high on the 3. So you want a natural angle to shoot this 2. So this is a real stroke tester because you're hitting a long straight-in shot soft. Long straight-in shots are already hard, but you have to roll up a couple inches. So you're putting a little bit of top on it and trying to get that natural angle from the 2 to the 3. In order to get back on the 4 ball. So this is just a shot with a little bit of top for the natural angle to come back on the 3, but you don't want to get on this rail because you want to play the line on the 4 ball. And I'll explain where the line on the 4 ball is here in a second. So you want to bounce off that? That's good. You want to bounce off that rail. If you draw a line from the back of the pocket through the 4 ball to the rail, you can see it connects to the rail right about here. So this is a 2 rail draw shot to play the line on the 4. So you're actually drawing this cue ball with a little bit of right hand bottom English to come off this short rail and this long rail and automatically be on the line for the 4 ball because the 5 ball is sitting right in front of the pocket. But here's where things go a little bit wrong, and it looks right to an untrained eye. What's wrong with this? You just shoot the 5 in the side and you're right on the 6 ball. But I want to get straight in on the 6 ball. You can't really tell with this angle here, but if you shoot this in the side and just roll up, you're going to be on this angle on the 6 ball from here to here, and that's sending us away from the 7 ball with the 8 ball in the way. The air conditioner just kicked on, so we're going to pause it right here, and I'll be right back. So here, this angle looks fine, but it's not. I can't draw straight back. I'd have to just roll it up and get on this angle here, and it's not going to work. It's going to send us away from the 7, and we're going to risk going into the 8. So what I try to do here is use the position of this 5 ball to go all the way down and try to get right about here, a little bit down table from where the 6 ball is, so I can just bounce off this rail and get on this 7. It doesn't work. The ball comes up short because I'm still not exactly. I want to think I'm dialed in on this table, but I'm still struggling a little bit with the speed of this table. So now I took something that was just slightly broken and made it a whole lot broken. This is even worse than the position we would have been in if we just rolled up on the 5 ball. Which I should have done. And maybe just stopped it here or bounced off this rail and just... There are better ways to do it than I just did it. So this was a serious mistake. But now I'm stuck with it. So I've decided to just skim the 6 ball in and use this 8 ball as a stopper, and just try to stop it right at the 8 ball and take a long shot. The 7 ball is makeable from anywhere on the table. So that's my strategy, but I hit it too hard. And I really wish you could see this next shot. Yeah, it's a train wreck. I'm blocked. I'm absolutely, fully, completely blocked on this 8 ball. I can't even see a speck of this 7 ball if you get down on line with the 7 ball. The 8 ball's blocking it. So, although I don't think you can see this masse hooking up, I do masse this ball around to the 7, and I make the 7 ball. But the cue ball is cut loose a little bit and winds up further down table than I wanted to get. So the train wreck is continuing. Yes, I really wish I had an overhead shot of this shot because it was absolutely remarkable. Yeah, it's a highlight reel shot, but you can't really see it. You'll see what I mean here. This is a serious masse shot, which I rarely shoot because I don't get in these positions. Did you see a hookup? Maybe we can slow motion it and watch it over again. Can you see it? Went back too far. One more time. Let's put this one in slow motion and make it real dramatic. Hopefully you can see it hook up a little bit. Yeah, I'm proud of it. Yeah, so here we are, yeah. On the rail and a really bad angle on the 8 ball. We have to go down table. And if this was any further up, we'd be risking a scratch in this corner. Or any further down, actually. Yeah, but here I am finally with a decent shot on the object ball, which happens to be the 9 ball. And yeah, it was a train wreck. It was ugly. I made it way harder than it had to be. We should have left well enough alone. But I'm only human. I make mistakes. This is how we learn. Thank you guys for coming by. We're going to run this whole game over again without me yakking, so you can enjoy whatever the hell that was. Peace.